Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Connor, and today I'm going to show you everything that I got for Christmas. And I got a lot of books, and I got a lot of book-related items, so I'm going to show you all of those in one video, hopefully. Let's just get into it because I already know it's going to be forever long, and the editing is going to be terrible. So the first thing that I noticed when I got downstairs to our family room was this Funko Pop of Rubius Hagrid. I love Hagrid, and he's also holding the umbrella and everything, so I'm very excited to have him. I'm going to put him on my Harry Potter shelf and take him out of the box so that he can join all of his other buddies that I will be showing you throughout this video. So the first book that I got for Christmas is The Blood Guard by Carter Roy. I actually read this book through NetGalley, and I did end up really enjoying it. It's about a boy named Ronan who finds out that his mother has been a part of what's called the Blood Guard, and the Blood Guard are in charge of protecting a certain number of people, and the people that they protect are called pure souls or something like that. I don't know what the actual thing is, but they're pure souls, and they make everyone around them better people, and they don't have to be saints or anything, but they are just generally good people. And if one of them dies of an unnatural death, like if they're murdered, they end up being reincarnated, but the world gets all out of whack and natural disasters start happening and stuff like that. It also has some Christian elements in there, they're very minor, but they're still there, so be prepared if you are going into this novel. If you really hate Christianity or something like that, you might not like this book. I really did enjoy it, though, and I really wanted to continue along with the series, so I ended up getting the second book as well, which is called The Glass Gauntlet. I'm very excited to get to this one and see how the story is going to continue and see where all the characters end up. The characters are definitely my favorite part about this book. They're super realistic about stuff. They freak out a proper amount to the things that are happening, and it's just so great. There's one character, I can't remember his name, but he is so funny. I really enjoyed him. He kind of reminded me of Grandpa Smedry from the Alcatraz series by Brandon Sanderson. So anything that will remind me of a Brandon Sanderson book is going to get a good rating by me. The next book that I received was School for Good and Evil by Soman Chinani. I've heard a lot of people get this book recently, and he was actually at YALLFest, and Sam, Kristen, Lainey, Marines, and I all decided that we were going to read this book in January, so I was really hoping to get it, so I'm really happy that I did. And it's about two girls, and I think they're best friends, and one of them is very set on going to the good school, and the other one is very set on going to the bad school, and I think when they get there, they end up getting switched. So the one that wanted to go to the bad school ends up at the good one, and vice versa, so they just have to deal with not getting what they wanted immediately and having to make the best out of their situation. And I think there's magic in this book as well. So it just sounds like something that I would really enjoy, and I heard that the author is really hilarious and nice, so I'm hoping that there is some humor in this book as well that I'll definitely appreciate. But I will be getting to this as soon as everyone else in that group of people I mentioned earlier gets their hands on this book. The next book I got actually ended up being because of YALLFest as well, and that is The Girl of Fire and Thorns by Ray Carson. She was at YALLFest as well, and I heard so many good things from Sam and Lainey and Kristen. But I think this is a really interesting book because I think that the main character is not white, or maybe I think she might be Latina, and I think she's also kind of overweight. So I think that's really interesting that the character's not a white 5'2" skinny girl that's really attractive that doesn't know it yet, and all the boys end up hitting on her. So it'll be interesting to see a main character that is not a part of that very stereotypical group. I think the main character ends up marrying someone at the very beginning of the book, or she becomes somehow connected to someone that brings her a lot of enemies, so she's having to survive all of these assassination attempts or something like that. I'm not really exactly sure, but I'm definitely hoping to love this book. I've heard a lot of good things. The next book that I received was Stardust by Neil Gaiman. I have liked every single Neil Gaiman book that I have read so far, except for Sandman Volume 1. I have not liked that one, but I'm going to give it another shot just because I think that I maybe wasn't in the mood, or I wasn't in the right mindset when I went into that book. I've watched this movie, and I really do love the movie, so I'm not sure how close the movie stayed to the book, but I am hoping to read it in its original format and love it just as much. It's about a boy named Tristan, I think, and he really wants to marry this girl, and she is just not giving him the time of day at all, and so he gets her to agree that if he goes and finds a fallen star and brings it back for her, she will marry him. So he ends up going to a different world or something like that to get the star and bring it back so that this girl will marry him, and he just goes on a crazy adventure. So I just love the movie so much that I'm hoping I'll love this too. The next book that I got was Sandrider by Angie Sage. This is the second book in the Todd Hunter Moon trilogy, which comes after the Septimus Heap series. Don't read this trilogy unless you've read the Septimus Heap series first. Unless you don't care about being spoiled for all these books, then you can go immediately on to the Todd Hunter Moon trilogy. I think this sequel trilogy is really interesting because it adds another culture to the entire world. And actually, I didn't know before this trilogy that all of these books are set on Earth. I thought it was a high fantasy series because there's tons of magic and dragons and curses, and there's like a talking mole, I think. So there's just a lot of cool fantasy elements. There's stuff with time travel and stuff like that. And in this book, the culture that's introduced is the Pathfinders, and they have a very interesting background that they tell you at the very beginning of Pathfinder. And some of the members of this tribe-like culture can actually breathe underwater, and I am definitely enjoying the continuation of this series, so I hope I will enjoy this one as well. So the next book I got was from Santa, and that is His Dark Materials by Philip Pullman. This is a middle grade series that most people read so long ago and really love. It goes The Golden Compass, The Subtle Knife, and The Amber Spyglass. I know The Golden Compass is something else in the UK. I just can't remember what it is called, so sorry about that. But it follows a girl named Lyra, and in this world, they all have these things called demons. I think that's what they're called, and they're like animal manifestations of their consciences. So I think that's right, and I think that concept is really interesting, and she ends up getting caught up in all of these different plots, and she's trying to just save the world, perhaps. I'm not exactly sure, but I watched the movie, and I've just heard that the books are just way better than movies, and I was okay with the movie. I didn't think it was amazing or anything, but I'm still looking forward to getting to this trilogy. So I actually also got a lot of Harry Potter stuff from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter in Orlando, Florida, and I end up getting this compass. There's a store in the Diagon Alley section of the Harry Potter world. It's in the Universal Studios section side. And so I got a golden compass, and I just think it's really awesome, but I don't want to touch it too much because I leave lots of fingerprints on it, so I'm just going to put it back in its box. But this was really cool, and I love it. The next book that I got was the Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Ultimate Guide, and this is just one of those companion novels to the series. And I don't have it yet, so I really wanted it when I saw it in the store, and it comes with different little cards of the characters, and I think it comes with just some different information, some information about the gods and stuff, and I just want to own every Rick Riordan book ever on the face of the planet, so this is helping me get that goal. So alas, I am deciding to put this into different parts because it is going to be way too long. So these are going to be the last two books that I show in this part of my Christmas haul, and the first one is going to be The Squire's Tale by Gerald Morris. I asked Sam from Novels and Nonsense to give me some Arthurian retelling suggestions, and she said that this one was a good place to start, and she thought that I would really enjoy it because it's got a lot of humor. I mean, the knight is sitting backwards on the horse, so I think I'm going to really like this one. I don't know which story it tells. I see Gawain on here, so possibly his story in the Arthurian retelling realm. Did that even make sense? But I haven't read too many Arthurian retellings, so I'm definitely excited to get into that section of fantasy. And the last thing that I'm going to show in this part of my Christmas haul is The Slow Regard of Silent Things by Patrick Rothfuss. I was actually sent this by a subscriber randomly. Got W. Braden, you are so great. I was not expecting this at all, and I just can't believe that you did that. So thank you so much. This is the novella that goes with the King Killer Chronicle by Patrick Rothfuss, and the author actually said that he thinks that most people will end up hating this book, so I'm really hoping that I will like it because I just want to prove people wrong. So yeah, I definitely am going to get to this book soon. I know I have to read The Wise Man's Fear first, and then I'll be getting to it, but I plan on getting to The Wise Man's Fear in January of this year, so I'll be able to read this one very soon. Yeah. So that's it for part one of my Christmas haul. I have no idea how many parts it's going to be, but once I get to 10 minutes of raw footage, I'm going to cut it off there and edit that and put that up in there, because I don't want to make a 40-minute long video about everything that I got for Christmas. So If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and comment down below which books I should be getting to sooner or later. I would love to know, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!